Familiar face. What is it about the relays that brings you back? What is it? Just something you enjoy doing?
Well, Drake Relays historically is always a really strong meet. There's always really fierce competition, and this is like the first true test of the year just to see where everyone's at. It's really early in the season, and you just want to come out here and try to give a good performance. Weather aside, the stadium is always full of people, and the crowd is always nice, and the fans come out, so it's really nice to come to Drake.
For you, how does Friday night kind of shape up weather-wise? What do you have to do to make sure, obviously, you come out healthy, but you also run a good time?
I think we're on Saturday.
Saturday, sorry.
Because I'm like, Friday.
I'm sorry, Saturday. That's
It's Friday now, though.
So. It's Friday now? Okay. But, you know, I'm hoping that, like, the weather will hold and, you know, it won't be so rainy and it won't be as breezy or cold. But, you know, if it is, everyone has to run in that, and that's just conditions that everyone's going to have to deal with, not just myself. And so the playing field is always going to be level. Some people train in very cold weather. Some people train in very warm weather, like myself. I train in Phoenix, and so obviously me running in the cold is not advantageous at all. But I'm still going to go out there and give it my best and try to make that, or try to win that big check. Because that's my goal, is to take home a check for sure.
How's your training and your conditioning going on?
My training is going very well. Ever since the surgery that I had in 2015, leading into 2016, everything is going exponentially better than it was prior to that. If you didn't know, I had a kidney transplant, and everyone should know at this point that I'm recovering from a kidney transplant in 2015, late into 2016. And so my health is great, my conditioning is great, and I'm looking forward to coming out here and running a really good time at the Drake Relays.
Aries, I'm sorry I came in a little bit late.
Oh.
How did it feel to win that U.S. title indoors after the surgery and kind of being back on top now in the indoor season?
Yeah, the indoor national championships was a really good test to see where I was competition-wise. I really wasn't in the best of shape, so when I ran 750, I was like, wow, we haven't even really done any speed work yet, and so it was a really good landmark to hit without doing the specific training that we normally do. That was my third indoor race, and normally when I'm going to an indoor championships, I would have had around 7 to 8 races, and you know, the championship would be my like 9th, 10th, and 11th race because there's 3 rounds. And I didn't really have that this year. We came in with a little bit of a different plan. I'm older now, so I'm more mature, and I don't really need as many races to get going. And so we went into that competition with 3 races, well, 2 races, and then that was my 3rd, 4th, and 5th indoor race, and that's not normal. And we still managed to pull off a victory, and my coach is really excited with my time, granted the lack of speed that we had done up until that point. And so I'm really excited, and you know, the sky's the limit from here. Now that I have that win under my belt, I'm hungry for more wins, and you know, I just want to keep the momentum going.
So how much faster do you think you can be?
Well, I mean, if I would have executed, let's use 2012 as a staple. In that year, this year, over the hurdles, I ran faster in between the hurdles than I did in that year when I won the indoor championship, but I just didn't have the speed to back it. So that race would have been a sub 740 run had I had the speed component. And so that makes me really happy knowing that moving forward.
Was there ever a concern you wouldn't be able to compete again?
Yeah, there was a concern. The doctor said that before my surgery, and then after my surgery, you know, you really shouldn't be competing. You probably need to, you know, take some time, and you probably won't ever run again. And, you know, I just took it with a grain of salt because they don't know my drive and my passion for the sport, and here I am competing and running still, so.
Still got to be hard to hear someone tell you that, though, doesn't it?
Of course, it's really hard to hear someone tell you you'll never be able to do something that you love doing again. But you have to stay the course, stay focused, and know what you want out of life. And anything is accomplishable if you put your mind to it. And that's something that I've proven, and hopefully that a lot of younger athletes will take from me.
It seems like the love is kind of growing more for it, hasn't it, since the surgery?
Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of people have come to me and they've said, wow, I can't believe that you're able to do the things you've been able to do after such a, you know, a traumatic surgery. And a lot of people, like on my Facebook fan page, they'll send me messages. My son is having a kidney transplant, and your story is giving him inspiration so that he won't, you know, just think that he can't do anything at all. And, you know, stuff like that I live for. I live to motivate. I live to inspire other people. And And the motto of the 2012 Olympic Games was Inspire a Generation, and I feel like I've done just that.
Who are you looking forward to running against the most maybe in this group?
Well, I mean, everyone in this group is phenomenal. We have, I think, Andy Pazzi, who's the he's a European indoor champion. I've been running against him since he was a 20-year-old, so I know exactly his style of run. Omar McLeod is here. He's the defending Olympic champion. He took my Olympic championship. I wasn't able to compete because of the surgery, and so that hurts. But it's always great to see other athletes come up and rise to the occasion and get the job done. And so that'll be really fun to race against him. He's been running phenomenally as well. I mean, there's a lot of athletes that are running well, and I think it'll be a really interesting race because at the end of the day, it's hurdles. There's 10 obstacles, 8 competitors, so it's going to be interesting for sure.